Today, I'm going to be showing you how I analyze and trade EURUSD using volume profile. So let's get into it. So last week's analysis, basically what I had was I had a bias towards EURUSD going into a sell cycle, as you can see by the moves over here. Okay, so in my mind I was like, you know what, in case EURUSD goes down, this is the shape it's going to take. And as you can see, we are on the daily time frame, because I want to make this video more targeted towards swing trades, supposing to on a lesser time frame. Lesser time frame works well, right? But I think the biggest rewards with the smallest position sizes are gained through larger moves or larger analysis. Hence why we're looking at the day, right? So this might be to your liking, this might not be. Either way, there is no wrong answer here. Okay, so with that said, this was what I thought was going to take place, and this area here wasn't as large as it is now. So it looked more of a low value node than it does now, right? So this area here needs to be adjusted. So the first thing is I'm going to adjust this area right here, because once I do that, it also tells a story. Okay, so once we have adjusted this low value node area right here, which is currently sitting above the high value area, which is this location right here. Okay, we can kind of have an idea as to what's going on in this area right now, right? We have an idea. So because we do, we now need to apply other additional analysis on the chart. Some of the stuff that I've done on here, we're going to keep there because it's still relevant, right? But we just need to reassess this all in a new way so we can get the best idea as to what market is actually trying to do, right? So as it stands, it looks like from the jump on a daily chart, it looks like market is still following this trend to the upside. It's still doing it, right? Especially if you look at the bounce from this low value node area, and the area in question is 1.14748 and 1.14392. So this is the zone, right? This is the zone that price has just bounced from, and this is a low value node in the low value area of the volume profile, right? But however, if you do a lot of work on this, you might get a different picture being told to us. So first things first, I'm going to jump into the hour, because I always find that when selecting the days, I find it easier to do on the hour than actually on the day, because you just don't get it dead on when you do it on a day. So we got Monday. Here we are, Monday right here. Okay. So last week, the level that I had marked out in the last week video, that was the weekly low that we wanted to keep an eye on for this week, the week that we're in now. Okay, and as you can see, price hasn't gone anywhere near it, but we are going to put a label on it because we do need to keep an eye on it, right? So you put a weekly low right here. This one we're going to move back. Okay, and then we're going to put the weekly high on the Thursday. So none of these levels has been touched right now. None of those levels has been touched. Price is basically in the middle of them both, with a low value node sitting right here, nothing above it. So at this point, good thing is it's a Friday. Okay, so it's a Friday, so based on if you saw this move or not, you would know if you're in a buy or if you're looking to sell, right? So let's go back to the day. I think that's a better way to look at things. And let's have a look to see exactly what's happening. Let me rejig this a bit. Okay, so this looks a bit more symmetrical. And this trend is actually incredibly strong. We are covering a series of days here, so it's really strong. So okay, so as it stands, this is what I'll be leaning towards. This is what I'll be thinking. If price does these conditions, then I'll be like, okay, maybe I should continue holding to the upside. Maybe I should continue doing that, right? Maybe I should just keep buying. And what it is that I'm waiting for is I want to see the weekly high of last week taken out. Okay, even though we have a good indication here that we got yesterday where price bounced off from this low value node area, the sensible approach that I would want to take is I would want to see if price will close above last week's high of 1.16282, right? If we get that, then we know that obviously continuation is quite strong. At the same time, looking at where everything is, I'll be more or less expecting it to want to come down at some stage, right? To want to come down at some stage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to briefly drop the Dixie on here just to see if we can get some idea as to what is happening, right? And as we can see with the Dixie, okay, that was the screenshot for the last video. Let's go to, okay, I think it's kind of heading in that way anyways, right? It's kind of heading there. So what I normally do with the Dixie is I want to keep an eye as to how that's behaving, because that tells me what I need to be doing with EURUSD. So long as this is looking down, on EURUSD, I'm looking up, right? So on EURUSD, I'll be looking up. So as it stands right now, according to the Dixie, price might actually be in fact bouncing from the low value node area that I pointed out to you guys. I'm just trying to find the correct EURUSD chart that I was using for you guys, and I think I may have lost it. I may have lost the chart. Okay, here we are. Okay. So when we go to the Dixie, we can see Dixie's pushing upwards. When we go to we can see Dixie's pushing downwards, sorry. And when we go to EURUSD, we can see that's pushing upwards, right? So in my mind, where I have the Dixie marked out, so let me go back to the Dixie again. Let's go back to the Dixie again. Where I have the Dixie marked out, right, is I'm expecting it to come even lower than before, because remember, it has not taken out this level right here. All right, it's not too important for now, but it's helping to kind of paint a picture as to what it is we need to do. So the distance between where price is now and where the EURUSD is, right, is, say, it's 2.6 pips, not 2.6 in the sense of 2.6 is 2,608 pips away. That's the distance, 2,608. Okay, so let's go to EURUSD and let's see what is in. Actually, wait. There's a key bit of information there that I've just missed. I've just noticed it once I moved away from it. Let's go to this one right here. Okay, let me drop it down. Where I measured it to is actually incorrect. Okay, so 8.4. So 8,431 pips to its nearest support level, right? That's the number that I was looking for. What's the distance? Okay, and let's have a look from here. Let's see what is the distance like. It's gonna push it up to about here somewhere. Okay, and bring it down. So The distance from where it is now to its nearest resistance level is 738. As a matter of fact, right, so long as price is moving away from the low value node area, I would be of the mindset that we need to be taking in long positions. So for next week, because obviously I do these videos on a Friday, especially in regards to EURUSD, everything is preparing us for next week, right? So for next week, what I'll be looking for, just like I put down for last week, and like I say, if I say it's bullish, but however it ticks bearish signals, then that side is where I'll be facing. Okay, and if you do the homework and you do the research, it will make sense to you, and chances are you can find the logic in what I'm trying to share with you, and then you also take that stance, right? That's what I think anyways, because this is more or less a live analysis, right? So don't expect it to be perfect, all right? So my vibe will be this is what I would go off, right? If I get a close above 1.16282, okay, I will be looking for longs, and I will target the resistance level, or the closest resistance level, which is 1.22662. Reason being, the Dixie's heading in that direction, but in the opposite, so it's going downwards towards its most recent support level, okay, which means there is a high probability that the euro will be heading to its nearest resistance level, if that makes sense. So that's how I would pretty much position myself in this situation. Okay, I was expecting it to come down, but it didn't do that, so that's what I would be doing. And with that said and done, I don't think there's anything else I can cover in regards to the EURUSD. I can't spot any other situations that I need to talk to you about right now. So if there is anything that I have missed, if you guys are in EURUSD, please do point it out in the comment section. I am super interested in your thoughts. Like I say, I don't know it all. I do like to learn from people, as well as yeah, I do like to learn from people. So look, if you know better than what I've just put out in front of you right now, okay, share that with me, please do. So with all of that said and done, first things first, thank you for coming over. If you've watched the video up until now, I appreciate you for doing so, and I will see all you amazing people again on the next one.